Some places hold on to energy, happiness, sadness, and fear. The old Marywood Carnival is one of those places. Hidden by trees and a wall of fog, its rusted gates still stand, the name barely readable. But you can feel it, a heavy dark energy calling from beyond. It promises fun, but delivers only dread. This is where joy died, long ago. We investigate haunted places, but Marywood is different, more active, more aggressive. The air is thick, hard to breathe. Locals avoid it, claiming to hear carnival music at night or see the Ferris wheel's lights, though the power's been out for decades. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Abandoned places aren't empty, they're full of memories and echoes. At Marywood, something sinister got trapped. When the carnival closed, it's sealed in a darkness that's only grown. Sometimes the evidence finds you. Marywood doesn't wait for you to set up, it starts as soon as you cross the threshold. The feeling of being watched is immediate. The temperature drops. The silence breaks with a sound that doesn't belong. This is the story of Marywood Carnival, where the fun stopped and the haunting began. To understand the danger, you need to know the history. The gates are more than an entrance. They're a barrier holding something in. Every step inside is a step closer to the unknown. Some places are abandoned for a reason. Marywood is waiting for anyone brave or foolish enough to enter. And once you're inside, it may never let you go. In the 70s, Marywood Carnival was the happiest place around. Families flocked there for the lights, the music, the laughter. The Ferris wheel's glow could be seen for miles, and every ride sparkled with color. Kids rode painted horses, parents watched with joy, and the air was sweet with cotton candy. Silas, the owner, loved seeing people happy. He made sure every detail was perfect. The games, the clowns, the fortune tellers, it was a world of wonder. People trusted the carnival. It felt safe, magical. Every corner was designed for happiness, from the funhouse mirrors to the tunnel of love. The energy was pure joy, created by thousands of happy visitors. But when the carnival stopped, that energy didn't disappear. It twisted into something else. The laughter faded, but something darker remained. The echoes of joy became the seeds of dread. The end came suddenly, on a cool October night in 1979. The carnival was packed, the air buzzing with excitement. Then, disaster struck. A ride malfunctioned, people were hurt, and the details were quickly buried. By morning, the gates were locked. A sign read, "Closed until further notice." That notice never came. Everything was left behind. Prizes, food, even money in the registers. The place was abandoned overnight as if everyone fled in terror. The carousel horses froze mid-gallop, roller coaster cars stranded at the top. The silence was deafening. Rumors spread, the Comet coaster derailed, the Ferris wheel collapsed. But the truth was hidden. Town records were sealed, newspapers downplayed the event. It was a cover-up. The land didn't forget, the spirits didn't forget. The carnival rotted, colors faded, metal rusted, weeds took over. The happy place became a skeleton, a monument to a tragedy never explained. Hauntings thrive on unfinished business and unanswered questions. The fear and pain of that night were trapped inside, festering for decades. The energy grew darker, waiting for someone to disturb it. Marywood became a place where the past refused to die. The gates held back more than just time. The darkness inside was alive, hungry for new stories, and it was only a matter of time before someone answered its call. In 2002, 4 teenagers, Mike, Jessica, Sarah, and Tom, decided to spend a night at Marywood. They thought it was just a spooky adventure, armed with flashlights and a camera. They slipped through a hole in the fence after midnight, the moon casting eerie shadows. The silence was unnatural, their footsteps echoing too loud. They laughed nervously, exploring the dead rides and abandoned stalls. For an hour it was just an old, creepy place. Then, Tom suggested climbing the Ferris wheel. As they approached, a cold wind swept through carrying a faint, warped melody. It was carousel music, slow, distorted like a dying music box. They stopped, fear creeping in. The laughter faded. This was no longer a game. The carnival was waking up. The air grew colder, the darkness deeper. They realized they weren't alone. The legend was real, and they were now part of it. Every shadow seemed to move, every sound felt personal. The carnival's energy was focused on them. Their night of fun had become a test of survival, and the real nightmare was just beginning. The carousel music stopped, replaced by chilling silence. Then came the whispers, soft, hissing voices swirling around them. Jessica clung to Mike, fear in her eyes. They all heard it. The feeling of being watched was overwhelming. Their flashlights revealed only empty rides and dark windows, but the whispers persisted. Sometimes laughter, sometimes cries for help. The voices circled them, always just out of sight. Suddenly a creak. One carousel horse rocked back and forth, as if ridden by an invisible child. Tom approached, but the horse stopped, silence returning heavier than before. Sarah began to cry, wanting to leave, but the way out felt impossibly far. The whispers grew louder, closer, one word clear: play. The air turned icy, their breath visible in the summer night. The carnival's energy was shifting, focusing on them. They were trapped, the spirits toying with their fear. Every step felt like a challenge, every sound a threat. The line between past and present blurred. The carnival wanted them to join its endless game. The darkness pressed in, relentless. Escape seemed less and less possible. The spirits were no longer content to be ignored. The carnival demanded new players. Huddled together, the teens moved toward the Ferris wheel, hoping to find a way out. The massive wheel loomed above, silent and still, until a metal groan echoed from the top. One car swayed, impossibly, as if someone had just jumped out. Then, a single bulb flickered on, then another, until random lights blinked across the wheel. There was no power, yet the lights danced in a pattern, like a message. Suddenly, the Ferris wheel began to turn, slow and jerky, metal screaming in protest. The teens screamed, witnessing the impossible, a rusted machine coming to life. The carnival was putting on a show just for them. They ran, panic taking over, as the sounds of the carnival erupted around them. Bells, music, the roller coasters climb. The entire park was alive, a symphony of terror. They were trapped in a ghost's playground, the spirits eager to play. Every direction led deeper into the nightmare. The line between reality and haunting vanished. The carnival's power was overwhelming, relentless. Their only thought was escape. But the carnival wasn't done with them yet. Every step was a race against the darkness. The spirits were closing in. The carnival's game had only just begun. Survival was no longer guaranteed. In the chaos, Mike and Jessica ducked into the funhouse, the door slamming shut behind them. In the darkness, their flashlight revealed a mirror, and a clown standing behind them. Its painted smile was wide, eyes black and empty. They spun around, nothing there. But in every mirror the clown's reflection lingered, always closer. Wheezing laughter echoed through the maze as they ran, the clown's image haunting every turn. Meanwhile, Sarah and Tom hid in a maintenance shed, thinking they were safe. Tom found an old ledger, the last entry dated the night the carnival closed. He let them out. The clown is not smiling anymore. God help us. The light flickered on, casting shadows, one shaped like a clown holding a balloon, waving. Sarah screamed, and they fled back into the nightmare. The carnival's horrors were everywhere, in every shadow and reflection. The clown was more than a ghost, it was the carnival's warden. The teens realized escape was their only hope. The carnival's grip tightened with every passing second. The spirits wanted them to stay. The clown's smile promised they never would leave. The nightmare was closing in, and the carnival was hungry for new souls. Local legends blame the darkness on Silas, the carnival's owner. Obsessed with the occult, he believed the crowd's joy could be harnessed as power. He performed rituals, trying to make the carnival last forever. In its final year, Silas introduced a silent clown, Giggles, who handed out black balloons. Children feared him, parents complained, but Silas insisted Giggles was his star. Some say Giggles wasn't human, but a dark entity Silas summoned. On the last night, Silas's ritual went wrong. Giggles broke free, feeding on fear and tragedy. The official story of a ride malfunction was a cover-up for the massacre that followed. The whispers are echoes of the last victims. The clown is the lingering spirit of Giggles. Another legend claims Silas made a deal the carnival's success for a yearly sacrifice. When the entity demanded a child, Silas refused, and chaos erupted. Silas became the final victim, his spirit trapped, forced to watch the horror replay forever. The clown is now the carnival's warden, keeping the darkness alive. Marywood became a prison for Silas and his victims. The carnival's curse endures, fueled by every new visitor. The legend warns some deals can never be broken, and some spirits never rest. The four teens finally escaped at dawn, forever changed by what they'd seen. The carnival looked normal in the morning mist, but they knew the truth. The whispers and the clown's smile haunted them for years. Marywood is a vortex of paranormal energy, a place where the veil is thin. The spirits are trapped, replaying the horror of the last night. But there's more than ghosts here. There's a malevolent force that feeds on fear. It plays with intruders, luring them into its nightmare. Some places aren't meant to be explored. The darkness at Marywood is alive, a trap for the curious. The promise of fun is just bait for something ancient and evil. If you ever see the rusted gates of a forgotten carnival, don't stop. Don't get out, don't try to be brave, drive away and don't look back. Some places are abandoned for a reason. They're waiting for their next visitor, their next victim. The show at Marywood Carnival isn't over. It's waiting for a new audience. The only question is, do you want a ticket? Remember, not all stories have happy endings. And some carnivals never truly close.